What's up, everybody? One of you guys wanted me to give you guys some tips on, working in I call it graveyard shift when working at Amazon. So, before we get any further, if you have not done so, make sure you all go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that way I can provide more content for you guys. And remember, you make sure you keep that notification bell on so that way you don't miss any videos that I upload. So few tips I have that that work for me. It may not work for you. I'm working at Amazon. The very first one, it would have to be sleep. Okay, listen. Nothing beats out the sleep. If you don't get enough rest, especially working a graveyard shift, uh, you're not gonna last long in the warehouse. You ain't gonna last long in any job period if you have, especially if you have graveyard shift. Okay, listen, nothing beats out than rest. Okay, especially when you get the peak seasons. Okay, when you get those peak seasons, you don't. There is no team no sleep around the peak season. Okay, you gonna get your rest. Cause if not, you're gonna slack off, and then eventually they're gonna let you go. So listen, get your rest, get your 8 hour rest. Okay, I would say what you can do is do what I did. Is what I did was before I start working at Amazon. I would prepare myself. I would give it about a couple weeks advance before I start working Amazon to get my body used to on staying up late. So if I know I'm gonna start working at Amazon about 1:20 to 11:50, I would get my body used to staying up late, staying up at night till like let's say in the morning. So by the time I go to bed, I go to bed like around 10 o'clock in the morning or 10:30 or stuff. So I like to keep making sure like if I'm gonna work in like a crazy shift like graveyard stuff, I want to make sure my body is prepared for it. So that way, but when I get there, my body doesn't become shocked and then it starts to slack off. I start to slack off and get tired through some of the days and stuff like that. So a good thing for me is that I'm used to staying up late anyway. So if you're a type of person who stays up late and usually goes to sleep throughout the day, then it won't be as difficult as people who are, let's say, that are a morning person and they like to sleep throughout the night. Then I don't know if that shift is gonna be for you. So if I were you, I would try to find a different shift that doesn't have to do with staying up throughout the middle of the night and especially through the morning. So so you can do that, and even after that, you gotta make sure after you work, you make sure you rest. Okay, don't be going to your friend's house. No brunch, no anything like that. Okay, you can do all that party and shit when you're off at work. Okay, when you don't have work, you can do all that later. When you're on the work schedule, I recommend you as soon as you finish working, you come back and you come home, take your happy ass to bed. Okay, right here, take your happy ass to bed and go to sleep. Okay, so that's the first one. The second tip is get as much hydration or keep your body hydrated. Okay? Listen, I cannot stress that enough. If your body is not properly hydrated, especially working at Amazon, I'm telling you right now, you will break down. Okay? Your body will start to break down and you're gonna become a lot stressful. Okay? Because you don't get enough fluids in your body. Okay, that's the reason why you see a lot of people sometimes they get back issues, or sometimes they get stomach cramps and all that. A lot of it sometimes is because they're not properly hydrated. Okay, that happens to me. If you look up the video I did of talking about my days of having back issues, just type in Lorenzo Greatness back, and you see the video there that I've talked about. It explains, the reason why I would get these back issues is because of improper hydration, meaning I was dehydrated. So listen, you need to drink drink water, okay? Drink lots of water. Drink a good amount of nutrition, like juice and shit, okay? Because you're gonna be there pretty much all morning and middle of the night. So, yeah, I cannot stress that enough, man. And sometimes I would have struggles during working at warehouse, of trying to get as much water as possible, but sometimes I wouldn't do that, and it kind of backfired on me, and then I started developing some back issues, and my stomach was getting a lot of stress. It was too much stress on my body, so, and then it resulted in me started craving eating and all that shit, so, yeah, no, drink a lot of water, okay? Drink a lot of water, drink a lot of juice, okay? Diet juice, I'm more into, in this channel, this is all about health and healthy and positivity and all that shit. So I'm not going to tell you drink soda and all that shit. Although if you want to drink soda, then by all means. But, I prefer for you to be healthy and your body, your physical and mental mind be all healthy and good to go. Especially working in a graveyard shift. You start calling it Undertaker shift. Because think about it, you call it the graveyard shit because in the middle of the night it's dark as hell, and then you start becoming the Undertaker because you start wearing the hood and shit, the jacket, and you have the hood inside, you're putting on the hoodie, and you're starting to look like the fucking druids and shit. Shit, you might as well be the Undertaker. So that's like a little wrestling jokes out there to all the wrestling fans like myself out there. Shout out to The Undertaker. Hopefully one day if I do a podcast, I want to do an interview with that guy, man. I got so much questions about him, man. Not just as a wrestler, but as a human being itself, Anyway, so yeah, hydration is another one. The third thing I would tell you, the third tips, it would be working at your own pace, okay? Now, I wouldn't say this is an issue because sometimes, most of the times, you're really kind of not worried about what other people are doing. But then again, when I used to work at the warehouse, I would see a lot of people that they would check on what other people were doing and be like, oh, how the hell is this guy working so damn fast? Like, what the fuck? Like, how's he doing that? How's he doing that so quick? Meanwhile, you try to imitate that, and then what happens is that instead of him being burned out, you're burned out. Because you try to intimidate him, try to work in the same pace as he is, when you don't even know how long he's been working in there or what type of, shape he in. You know what I mean? So, listen, you gotta be at your own pace, okay? Build up your own pace, and eventually you'll be able to work as harder as anybody else, harder than that person that you try to intimidate, or you figure out. I always have this method that since day one, okay, since school, okay. You want to work smarter and not harder, okay. You want to work smarter, not harder, okay? You want to work hard, but you want to work smarter, okay? The reason for that is if you try to, you got to realize, you are your own true self, and you have to kind of figure out what type of pace are you in. Are you the type of person who works pretty slow? Are you at fast pace? You gotta kind of juggle through that and kind of see, okay, maybe, if I'm slow, then I have to, start, working my way up there. If I work fast, then okay, I gotta, I can be as fast as possible, and I can slow down a little bit, Like you gotta figure out your pace. Don't worry about what other people doing. You just worry about what you're doing. Worry about your own pace. It's no different than, let's say, you work out in the gym like I do, right? When you work out in the gym, you see a lot of times, a lot of newbies. That's what we call it for the for the workout beginners. You see them a lot of times. They look at what everybody else is doing, work out, see how they do their bicep curls or their bench press, and see the physique that they got and everything. But they don't even realize like you don't even know how long it took for them to get that physique, and you don't even know what type of diet plans or workout routines they do. They do that, for them. That worked out for them. You have to figure out what works out for you. You cannot emulate that because you are not them. So it's no different than being in the kind of bit my tongue for a minute there. I don't know what the hell happened there, but anyway, it's no different than working in Amazon or not just Amazon, but any job period. You cannot worry about you cannot worry about what they're doing, or you cannot emulate their pace because you are not them, okay, and they're not you. So just worry about your own pace. Just start. Just keep building it up and practice it. Don't let the learning ambassadors and all these jackasses out there trying to intimidate you because they think that you're slower than everybody else and all that shit. No, fuck that. If you know that you're working the best that you can, if you're doing the best that you can possibly do, that's all that matters. Okay? That's all that matters. You do the best that you can possibly do. Now, I'm not saying to keep sucking off and start eating crap and not work your tail off. I'm not saying all that. But what I'm saying is, if you know that you're working really hard, and you're trying to build, you have your pace on how can you get that job done, then you don't have to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? You have nothing to worry about. Okay, especially if the managers, if they see that you're on point, like you know what you're doing and stuff, nothing can stop you. So, so that'll be the third thing. So first you got sleep. Second, you got the hydration, staying hydrated, and then the third would be working at your own pace. Now the last one, I wouldn't say that's like the what's that word for it? The most important one, because everybody's different. But I would say eating schedule, and the reason for that is for me, I was the type of person I'm the type of guy who I don't like to eat around middle of the night, let alone in the morning. And for that, every time when I try to eat in the morning, I get upset. My stomach gets really upset. That's why a lot of times, when I work out at the gym, I always like to work out fasted. It just feels better. Better than when I work out and I eat. When I work out, when I have an empty stomach, I feel like really tired, and I just feel like I want to go to sleep. And then some cases I just feel like I have stomach problems because I like to go intense at the gym. So you gotta figure out your eating schedule. If you don't like to eat in the middle of the night, or let's say in the morning, for instance, because typically your lunch break is gonna be like a 30-minute lunch. It's gonna be around the morning time, let's say like 4:00 or so. If you're a type of person who don't like to eat, then what you can do is that you can still just drink your water, and what you can do is do what I did. I just went in my car, took off my shoe, and turned on the AC, crank up the AC, and just chill out and let my foot rest. Okay, so that's what I did. But if you're a type of person who like to eat, my recommendation is, if you're gonna eat around the lunchtime period, I would say try to eat like nothing too big. Okay, give it take at least like make it like use think of the lunchtime that you have as like a snack, right? So in other words, like you can have like instead of having like an English muffin at McDonald's, you can have let's say like a Gorilla Bars or uh, or bananas or what you call it or a chip or something that is small, so that way you don't have the stomach issues when you go to work because it's going to be a really physical demanding job. So last thing you want to do is start you eat something that you eat a big ass meal, and then what happens is that when you're gonna work at a job that's like really physical, that's like I said is very demanding for our physicality wise, like Amazon. What happens is that your body will start to overheat itself, and then what happens is that you feel nauseous and you start gapping like you're about to throw up, and then you start having stomach issues, and that shit happened to me. So I'm just letting you know, if you're gonna eat, make sure that it's small. It's nothing too big. It's nothing too small. At least by average, Me, I recommend small. Just like eat, like have like a little snack, just a little snack, like a yogurt or something like that. Okay, that should be good enough. Okay, that just like I said, hey, that's just my personal opinion. Okay, that's just my opinion. That's how I would do it. Me personally, I just wouldn't eat. Period. I rather eat until after I finish my shift. And after I finish my shift, then that's where I eat. Okay, that's how I like to do it. It kind of worked for me a lot better that way. So if you want to approach it that way, then try it. I recommend you doing that if you're a type of person who don't like to eat like how I don't like to eat, whether I eat in the early in the morning and all that shit, and then work again. After I finish eating, I don't like that. So that's another tip for that. Then the last one, which I find it to be another important one, just like with sleep and hydration, and that is get a proper foot support. Okay, now what they have in Amazon and Zappos.com and for Amazon, usually when you sign on when you fill out the application on Amazon, they give you this gift card to go on Zappos to get like a steel-toed shoes. I'm gonna be honest with you, those foot support that they have inside the shoes are shit. Okay, if I was you, I would go and get a better foot support in Walmart. You can get that shit better. You can get that shit in Walmart. You don't even have to go to online and buy it. For me, what I did was, I just went and bought I forgot the brand called. It's Doctor. I'm gonna mispronounce this name. Doctor Slaughter or Shotter or something related to that. I'll put it on the link below so that we can go and check it out yourself and give it a shot. But yeah, I would get that. I would get that type of foot support and put it in my shoe instead of relying on Zappos foot support. Because I don't really, because I tried it and then it made it even worse. It made my foot even worse, and I could barely even walk. But by the time I used that product, it made my foot even better. Okay, I was able to work a lot better. I was able to my performance was a lot better than it ever was because of that foot support that I got to put in my shoe. So and by the way, when you do go when you do go into Amazon, when you do work at Amazon, I'm sure most of you know, you have to wear like a steel-toed shoe, like a boot. So in case if something like where a package fall on your shoe, you're not gonna feel it because you have this, you have the steel-toed on your shoe. So that's what I'm telling you. If I was you, I would get I would get a foot support, a different type of foot support, because that shit that they give you, it don't work. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of people who worked at Amazon will probably say the exact same thing. So you can find better foot support like in Walmart and Target and all that than in Zappos. Okay, that's in my opinion. You know, you don't even have to buy it online. You can just get it at the store. Hell, you can get it at CVS. You know what I mean? They're like what, like 20. They give it to about $15-$20 for a pair. You know, so you know that's nothing. So, but I'm telling you, trust me. You might think it's expensive or not or whatever, but trust me. You would thank me later after buying it. Okay, it's worth your money. Especially the product that I'm gonna put on the description below. It's Dr. S. I cannot pronounce the name of it, but it started with Doctor. But like I said, I'll put it on the description below so you can go check it out yourself and see if it's worth buying for you. If I was you, I would go and give it a shot. I say why not? It worked for me. It worked. But yeah, guys. So these are my tips. So first one is get some sleep. Second one, hydration, staying hydrated. Third one is working at your own pace. Okay, the hell with what everybody else is doing. Worry about what you're doing and be the best version of yourself. That's the only thing you can do. Fourth, which really it should be, instead of been the last one, it really should have been the fourth one. That is the get foot support. Okay, for your feet. Okay. And then the last one is eating schedule. Okay, finding out what eating schedule, like determine how you're gonna eat. Are you gonna eat around that 30-minute lunch period, or are you gonna eat after your workout shift or before? You gotta figure that out. Not everybody can eat around that 30-minute shift, especially if it's graveyard shift. Okay, it's not like where you're working in the morning and you can eat, and you can have lunch around let's say give or take around 11-12 o'clock in the afternoon and then go back to work. It doesn't work like that in graveyard shifts. So and some people can't take that. I can't take that. So those are my tips, you guys. Hopefully it helped you guys out. And if you have any other questions, please do not hesitate and put it on the comment section down below. Or if you want it private, so that way nobody can see your email, just or your questions, just me and you. You can email me at greatenzo97@gmail.com. Alright guys, and of course, if you have already done so, make sure you all go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that way I can provide more content for you guys. And remember, you make sure you keep that notification bell on so that way you don't miss any videos that I upload. Well guys, until next time, peace out. Yeah, dale.